My name is Jeffrey Stump, and I am a front-end developer at RealArt. We're a full-service creative agency. Whether that means, your normal print, web stuff, or hey, you need something crazy that no one's done before, cool, talk to us. A typical day at RealArt just depends on the project. We have our producers and project managers and account executives that bring the work in, and then they work with the design team and the front-end developer team to cultivate the project. Our job is to kind of be the bridge between the design and the final product of code.
There are different kinds of web developer. You have front-end guys and back-end guys. Your front-end guys are mostly responsible for generating the HTML, CSS, everything you see. And then the back-end guys use programming languages to talk to databases, store data, do any of the functional tasks required for that website.
As a web developer at RealArt, I'm in charge of taking designs that designers give me and making them functional. I make it interactive and intuitive so a user can know how to use the website without instructions. So you can click on the buttons and you can scroll the pages. And sometimes I have my own creative freedom to do things.
I started out as a web developer doing back-end stuff. I still get to code here and there, but for the most part, I lead a team of extremely talented people. My day-to-day responsibilities are making sure my programmers don't compromise the user experience for the sake of making the code faster or more efficient. There's always a more efficient way to do it, but if that user experience isn't perfect, then it doesn't matter how fast your code runs. Are you worried about the weight that's going to put on the Redis?
No, not too bad. I mean, it was written in C, so it's pretty fast.
You need to be able to think very logically. You have to be able to see the problem from a lot of different perspectives. You have to be able to adapt to all the changes that you didn't see coming and the bugs that you never knew could possibly exist in your code.
If you're organized, obviously everything's going to go smoother. If you're dedicated and you want to do good work, you're going to, find a way to do good work. There's a lot of times where I'll sit at my desk for 2-3 hours trying to figure out, okay, why isn't this working? You're not always going to get it right. At a place like RealArt, we have support systems. I don't need to be the only one that knows how to do stuff. We're very team-oriented.
Teamwork is super important. On a daily basis, I'm working with other people, from my project managers to other developers on the job to the designer. So yeah, learning those teamwork skills early on and then just improving upon them as years go by is super important.
Wanted to,
this one wanted
yeah. So I got to figure out how to attach an event to that.
Cool. I love Adobe Creative Suite. I use Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign. I think having the right tools definitely helps you.
I personally use a tool called Sublime Text. It's a text editor that I can just open and start typing code. But primarily it's just some type of code editor and some type of design software. That's pretty much the main software that we use.
We generally do all our development on Macs. We get to play around with a lot of hardware here, like Arduinos, Raspberry Pis, Oculus Rifts, Kinect. If you've seen it and there is a developer version of it, we have it. We generally get it before the consumer version comes out, so we have a little lead time to make something cool with it.
I grew up when the internet kind of first started becoming what the internet is today, and I was a big fan of MySpace. So I would build these layouts for MySpace and people would download the designs. And once I figured out that that was an actual career that you could have, I was like, this is totally what I'm gonna do with the rest of my life. My favorite subjects in high school, to no surprise, are the art classes I took. I have an associate's degree of applied business and advertising art. As a web developer, you don't necessarily need a degree, but I do think that the experience of college is what will really help you become the best at what you can be.
I played a lot of music growing up, and I figured I'll just play in a band forever and see how it goes, So I didn't apply to any colleges. And then I took a computer literacy class, and that's where I first learned some Photoshop, some Illustrator, Flash, Dreamweaver. So I was learning raw HTML code, some raw CSS code, and a little bit of JavaScript. And it was, hey, I can kind of create something from nothing. I have an associate's degree in applied business of graphic design and advertising. When you get in the industry, you learn very, very quickly that college was easy. College gave you the building blocks, but I think I learned more in 6 months on the job than I did in 2 years in college, and that's how it should be.
A lot of people have the ability to see things and know if what they're looking at is good, bad, right, wrong. I don't have that at all. I wasn't very good in school. Artists and graphic designers They just see the world a little differently than I do. But playing around with numbers and figuring out logic puzzles and things like that is a lot easier for me. I got an associate's degree in software engineering. Some of the best programmers I've ever met don't have college degrees. They just really want to do something great and they want to figure it out. There's no shortage on the internet of places to go to learn things for free in your own time. And the people that do that are the people that really do excel.
And that's kind of the thing with development is there's always more you can learn. There's always such a fast learning curve of what's coming out next. You know, what I'm coding today is going to be obsolete in 2 years. So I need to, as a developer, always keep up.
I grew up hating math, and the fact that I am now in a job focused on numbers every day is shocking to me. But there's something about writing code with all the numbers. There's so many different ways to do things, but when you see it, and it works and you can show that result, it's such an awesome feeling.
I love my job because I get to work with very talented people. I get to solve different problems and every day is different.
It's something, where if you really, really love it, you don't work. I don't come to a job every day and feel like I'm working. I feel I'm creating and I get to do stuff and I'm getting kind of that feeling out.
I love my job because I can show people what I do and they can appreciate what I do. And when you show them the back end of stuff and they see all this code, 1,000 lines of gibberish to them, it's nice to know that you're doing something that not everybody can just pick up and do.